2013. Boop boop! Hello Bunny Bundles, today is Monday, some date of which I am not sure of. So, without further ado, I am here to cheer you up, bring you sunshine, and talk about Colossalcon 2013. That was the most awful clap ever, I apologize, but I can't risk doing anything to this. So with me today, I am joined by the one and only Mama Desu, also known as Uberren on YouTube and Twitter and Instagram and about every other social media website in the world.
The internet.
On my left, I have Patrick Bubble Pap, who is known for his Bubble Pap and goes by Patrick Bubble Pop on just about every social media website nowadays. So if you want to check them out, their links are going to be in the description bar. Definitely, because Mom will not let me forget about putting links.
I'm writing the description for you, so there's actually going to be stuff there.
Colossalcon is held in Sandusky, Ohio, and it is held through June 7th, or is it 8th? June 7th?
7, 8, 9.
June
6, 7, 8, 9?
Yeah, 6. It's a 4-day convention.
4-day convention, Bunny Bundles. That's 4 days of con and 4 days of water park. So it's a pretty intense convention. So today I have Patrick with me because he is actually a veteran of Colossalcon and has been going to Colossalcon for
5 years.
5 years. So he's going to answer some of your questions. Mama Desu's here just because I love her and we may or may not be in her house. But she's going to help out too, and we're going to do a collaborative group effort here since of course it was suggested that we do a collab video. So let's get started. One of the main things that people always ask about with any convention is going to be food. And if you guys want to watch my food grocery shopping guide for conventions, you can go ahead and click on Mom's face. Otherwise, we're going to answer some questions really quick about food in general at Colossalcon 2013.
So, there is food at the Kalahari. Right down the street also is a giant eagle. I'm not sure exactly how far by car, but you can go there, and purchase some things that Deanna's talked about in her video. So, I mean, cheap alternative. So, there is food.
But it's expensive at the Kalahari. So basically, the options at the Kalahari, you've got the buffet, you've got a fancy restaurant, you've got snacks, like they have croissants and all this cool candy things. Candy apples, stuff like that.
Good.
Very expensive, very delicious, but honestly, I would suggest bringing your own food to the Kalahari because you're not going to be able to have meals unless you want to spend $27 hairs or drive out to go somewhere else. So if you don't have a car, then obviously you're very limited for what you want to do. Also, inside the Kalahari rooms, most of them have a microwave and a refrigerator.
Yes.
And the refrigerator is open and there's nothing inside the refrigerator, so you can store leftover food in there as well, and that will come in handy, and it's kind of an amazing thing to have. So yeah, definitely take advantage of that. You may or may not know, but Colossalcon is held at the Kalahari Resort in Sandusky, Ohio. So at the place where the convention is held, you also have a zoo, a water park, and a big arcade. So these attractions, obviously, the water park is included with your hotel room if you stay at the Kalahari. The zoo and the arcade is open, you can just walk into there, it's all around the hotel. But the zoo does cost extra. I'll leave links in the crotch bar that you guys can check out for pricing and everything along those lines of the zoo.
You can also find it on the Colossalcon website. If you go on to location, you can find a direct link to the Kalahari page, and it has every little detail you can about pricing you can find right there.
You can pet tigers.
You can.
There's
bunnies!
There.
On your personal scales, Patrick, what would you give the water park out of 10?
I would give the water park probably about a 9 out of 10. It's probably it is the best water park I've ever been to. If you have another one, I mean, that's awesome.
Now, how do you personally balance the water park and the con?
Here's the thing to know about the Kalahari. There's a lot to do, especially since, I mean, it's just a resort in itself, and then there's a convention, all the things. So, when you go to the water park, I would recommend only going for 1 day because it takes a lot out of you.
Don't tell Veronica that.
Well, Veronica can do Veronica's thing. But there is a lot to the water park. There's so many slides. There's like an artificial surfing thing. There's toilet bowls, and it's water slide, and there's a wave pool,
There's
and
toilet bowls. There's toilets.
they're just toilets, guys. It's actually a
Fun
bathroom.
fact,
Plot twist.
we've included a link to the map of the water park below, so
Yeah.
you can look at the PDF of all
There's
the
colors.
attractions.
It's colored.
It's color coded.
It's pretty.
Basically, there are a lot of photo shoot locations because there's, outdoors with sort of, I don't know if you guys know Intermind Theater, but they did a whole thing with the volleyball courts and stuff as, what did they do? Avatar Last Airbender. And there's that whole place. There's the jungle gym. The one thing about photo shoot locations is you cannot wear cosplay into the water park. They will not let you wear cosplay into the water park.
I know you're probably gonna say, you might be thinking, oh, but I've seen so and so like in the water park with that. Maybe they had special like things, and I think it might have been 2 years ago that they didn't have that rule, but now it's
Changed.
It's changed. So I'm sorry, but no water park in cosplay.
Because in the words of a worker from the Kalahari last year that I encountered, she said they don't want to be responsible for a liability if something happened to your cosplay, and they don't want you coming back and saying, oh, the water park ruined my cosplay, what are you gonna do? And then they're gonna be like,
Nothing.
another thing about Colossalcon that's different from any other convention I've personally been to is the fact that they have a flea market on Sunday. I think it's only on Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it's only on Sunday.
afternoon.
Yeah. Where it's basically con attendees come and they sell the items that they have collected over the years, and probably to fund more anime convention going, I don't know. But it's really awesome. I went last year and was in there for a while. The price, you can haggle prices normally, politely haggle prices. But it's really neat because normally people there have a lot of older anime merchandise as opposed to Dealer's Room, who has a lot of new stuff, new anime stuff. So sometimes you can find really old, intricate stuff there, and so it's really cool.
I saw a bunch of really old Pokemon cards when I was there.
Yeah, they had literally like shiny Charizard and Venusaur and stuff. For the rules and regulations of the flea market, I won't get into it in this video. However, there will be a link in the crotch bar to the Kalahari website, to Colossalcon website, that will give you all that synopsis, but we're not going to cover that in this video because that would make this video very long and very boring. So, moving on. The fourth and final thing, which kind of envelops a lot of other things, is general tips and tricks and stuff and things that you should know about Colossalcon. That's going to be a title right here. Tips and tricks and whatever I just said.
Stuff and things.
Stuff and things! One of the questions I got on my fan page was, how in your opinion does Colossalcon differ from other major conventions? And I think we can all agree, resort.
Resort.
Yes.
Yup.
It's a resort.
And everything the resort comes with.
Arcade, water park, zoo,
Booze.
booze. Which is the next topic.
Not everyone there is gonna be for Colossalcon. There is that whole water park thing, and yeah.
That's
So-
another thing to keep in mind too, is that not everyone there,
Is for the con.
especially for Colossalcon, because there's a whole other attraction. So when you're in cosplay and people are looking at you funny, you have to remember, oh, I'm at a resort and there are families and small children, and sometimes the small children are really cute and ask to take pictures with you. But yeah,
Sometimes they stare at you while you're talking into a camera and they're like,
yeah, that happens sometimes. So just be mindful of that there are definitely going to be more people there who are also there for other things as opposed to other conventions held at other convention centers for just that con. Artist Alley is a little bit different at Colossalcon. Basically, the hallways of which you walk around the convention, that's the Artist Alley.
It's a circle.
It's a circle. There's booths and things and Artist Alley. There's not a set room, which was one of Mom's complaints. That
I like a large artist alley with a lot of variety and a lot of encouragement for artists. And Artist Alley, for me, was pretty lacking at Colossalcon. I don't know how it'll be this year, but that's how it was last year for me.
Along with the general size of the convention center, somebody asked a question about the general size of the convention itself, which I would ask you, how many people normally attend Colossalcon now? Yeah.
I'm actually unsure of last year. I don't know the exact number of last year, but I think it's at least 5,000 or so. Yeah.
So in comparison, that is it's a pretty good size for a convention. Along with more general information about Colossalcon, along with keeping in mind that it's a resort, and there are people there for the resort, you have to keep in mind that it's a resort in the sense that people are going to be drinking. And I'm just gonna go ahead and say they're not gonna be drinking Red Bull. Well, maybe, but there's gonna be additives in there.
There's a bar that opens at 8 o'clock in the morning. You're allowed to get alcohol at 8 o'clock in the morning if you have the proper ID and you are the correct age.
And they don't take birth certificates.
On top of that, whole opening at 8 a.m., Mama Desi thought it'd be a good idea to give you some tips and tricks on dealing with drunk people. So, Mama!
Because that's an issue that I tend to have. I don't really know how to deal with drunk people, specifically intoxicated persons hitting on me. So that's something that you want to be aware of. That did happen to me at Colossalcon last year. If anyone that watched my Colossalcon videos, the very few number of people that this would be, that was a huge complaint that I had about the convention last year. Was drunk people and drunk people being what I felt was inappropriate towards me.
How do you deal with drunk people?
Well, there are a lot of ways you can do it. One, you can just scream, like, ah! The second way is you just kind of sit on the ground. Okay, just like start just start shaking, just like,
Oh my god! You're gonna think you're having a seizure!
exactly, that's why they'll leave.
Patrick, didn't you have some suggestions for faces to make at people that are trying to hit on you?
Oh yeah, if they say, oh hey girl, you wanna go someplace, just be like, just continue the transformation of your face area, and eventually they'll leave. Don't say anything, don't respond, don't even flinch. And then, bye bye all drunk people!
Yeah! So the last thing that we have written down for general tips is basically something that everybody wants to know every con ever I get questions about is parking for the Kalahari. And let me just sum it up here, there is a giant parking lot that is like the size of like 3 football fields. So
And then there's one around the back.
yes, that's another football field. So honestly, you might have a little trek, hike, whatever, to the Kalahari, but there is a giant, it's a resort, again, resort, so there is a lot of parking for a lot of people to be at this establishment and place.
Bring a water bottle.
It's-
There are water fountains. You can refill your water bottle. Bring
It's
water.
hot.
It's hot.
Hot.
Drink water.
Hot con.
Hot.
Hot con.
It's hot.
So stay hydrated. That's honestly a general tip that I always give you guys. Stay hydrated, especially at Colossalcon. Especially if you're doing water park stuff, you're gonna get dehydrated. So just drink water, not
Lots of water.
not Red Bull.
And not
More for me.
shot.
More for me.
More for me.
So guys, that is the Colossalcon 2013 guide. I hope I answered some of your questions. I hope they answered some of your questions. If you have any more questions, feel free to comment below, and I or any of you other beautiful people who are going to Colossalcon or have been to can answer all of your wonderful questions. So Bunny Bundles, I will see you next Monday.